I bet you guys are wondering, we didn't get a new episode of Harmony and Chaos tonight. What's he doing going live with the Kingdom? Well, we're not here to talk about Harmony and Chaos. Nope. I see you over there, CrossBreak Studios. We had a newcomer to the Sonic MLP community today live on YouTube. And I gotta say, man, I absolutely enjoyed it. The name of the series is Sonic Quest for Harmony, done by CrossBreak Studios. Today, we're going to review their very first episode. I don't know about you guys, but I thought it was awesome. We'll get into it when we do the review. We'll break the episode down completely and talk about it right here on the Kingdom. Anyway, guys, you guys already know the routine. I've lowered the drawbridge. You guys can begin filing into the throne room. And we'll start talking about this episode. But before we do that, I need a little magic in the chat. You guys know what I'm looking for. I need those Chaos Emeralds, Hedgehogs, and Unicorns in that chat. Give me a little bit of magic. Anyway, guys, sit back, relax, and get ready, because everybody is welcome in the Kingdom, and I'm getting ready to take my throne in just a few minutes. See you guys soon.
They're talking around ourselves in situations stuck in a new location without any explanation. No time for relaxation. Don't wait. Don't think. I just wanna go. Sonic, number one. Sonic's coming next, so watch out for Sonic. Gotta go fast. Sonic, go fast. Sonic, go fast.
I think that's going to be the song for when we do Quest for Harmony podcasts. Good old Gotta Go Fast from Sonic X. Wow, guys. Man, we got a newcomer to the Sonic MLP community. They made a lot of noise today. I don't know how many of you actually watched the Sonic Quest for Harmony. It was amazing. We're going to go ahead and get into the review of that episode. I'm your host, guys, Michael Evans. For the first time ever, we're not reviewing an episode of Harmony and Chaos, and I couldn't be more excited about it, if I'm being honest. These crossovers are a good thing. We're an entire community, the Sonic MLP crossover community. A lot of us watch the same crossovers, guys. It's a very good community, and I've met a lot of good people through it. It's good to see that the community continues to thrive after all these years. Just when you think you're starting to hear rumors, oh, the MLP craze is dying, and the whole crossover thing is dead. No, it's not. So today, this afternoon at 1:00 Central Time, we got the first episode of Sonic Quest for Harmony. And I have to admit, I've been looking forward to this series for probably a year. When I saw the probably first little renders that they shared, it was good, man. All the artwork that was done, they definitely put a lot of hard work and effort into their first episode today. You guys know how I do Harmony and Chaos episodes and how long that takes. I can't imagine producing something like that and how long that took them. So I want to give the entire CrossBreak Studios team their flowers. You guys earned it. Phenomenal episode. To do that much artwork and great voice acting behind it, a great story. It was really good. I was quite happy, and it was well worth the year wait for me. So, all right, guys. Before we get into the episode, I want to go ahead and get into the chat. Brandon Henderson, first things first, I want to wish you a happy 17th birthday. His birthday is on January 26th, so happy birthday to you, my guy. Nicole, I saw you in the live premiere chat. It's funny because I only watched about half the episode because I was on break when I was talking in the live premiere. But then I got home and I watched the entire episode over again. So I was able to catch it. But yes, I did see you in the live chat, Nicole. So it was good seeing you there. Let's see, what else do we have in the chat before we dive into? We just a lot of Brandon Henderson also says, I am almost at 500 subscribers. Yes, I noticed. Levi McClaw, what is the old man doing? Having dinner on the toilet? Levi, you know I do these long intros, man. You guys know that. I've linked if you did not get to see the episode yet, and you guys are wondering what the hell I'm talking about, up in the chat, I pinned the link to the episode, and the episode is also linked in the descriptions. So after this live stream, if you do want to watch it, it's there it's linked. So you guys can check it out. I highly recommend it. Overall, I was very happy with the voice acting of it as well. I think all the voices were very spot on. Artwork was amazing. I love how, to put that all together with the amount of artwork they did, plus animation and sprite animation, just really well done. I can't imagine how many storyboards they went through to do that episode. It was amazing. So we start off this episode in episode 1 of Sonic Quest for Harmony, entitled what did I write? New Horizons Part 1. And it starts off with Twilight and Spike walking. They're walking through Ponyville. Apparently, Twilight seminar. And I guess before I really get into this episode, I should probably tell you what the timeline is on it. So at the before the episode even starts, they give you a disclaimer as to the timeline of when this story takes place. It happens at the end of season 5 of My Little Pony. So you have Twilight literally just getting ready. She is doing battle with Starlight Glimmer. So we're going to get evil Starlight. So anyway, the episode opens up. Twilight is talking with Spike. Her and Spike are preparing to go to Canterlot to do the seminar. And that seminar is the same seminar in which Starlight Glimmer would attend. And at that time, Starlight was evil. So Twilight does her seminar. And when she's done doing it, she goes, I don't know why I was so worried about Starlight. She was in my class and she seemed fine. Until they enter Twilight's castle. So when they get back from Canterlot after Twilight's seminar, they enter the castle, Twilight's castle. And Twilight goes into the cutie map room. And who should be sitting at the head of the table other than Dr. Eggman? Eggman was sitting at the head of the table. And this is a direct reference to Starlight Glimmer at the end of season 5, when she had her legs kicked up on the cutie map. And yeah, so basically it was in reference to that. So now you just replace Starlight with Eggman in that moment. So we got Eggman sitting at Twilight's chair at the cutie map table. Twilight, of course, is shocked to see this human sitting at her table. They make their introductions. Twilight obviously wants to know who the hell that he is. And he very mildly puts it, he is Dr. Eggman. And he is here to rule over Equestria. And one of the things he demanded from Twilight was he was demanding Twilight to give him the location of the Tree of Harmony. What Eggman wants with the Tree of Harmony, right now we're left to speculate. I'm assuming he's thinking he's going to use the elements of harmony for his own doing. So that's just my take on it. Maybe he wants to take the magic out of the tree somehow. He tells Twilight he has his ways of getting the magic that he wants. Twilight did warn him, you can't just take the elements from the tree, because the tree turns evildoers. It'll eliminate you, basically, is what she was telling Eggman. And we saw that in My Little Pony when the Mean Six tried to touch the Tree of Harmony. They were vaporized and literally melted. So Twilight kind of tells Eggman that you can't just do that. And he says, oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry, Twilight. I have my ways of getting the magic out of that tree. So the first scene basically ends with them just kind of making their introduction to one another. And it ends pretty much with Eggman threatening Twilight. And she literally tells Eggman she is not going to divulge the information. And we skip ahead to the next scene, where we see Rainbow Dash. She's hanging out with Fluttershy. Rainbow Dash was just looking to hang out with some pony, and the only one available was Fluttershy, according to Rainbow Dash. So Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash are having their girls' day. They're just hanging out, flying. I think Rainbow Dash was trying to teach Fluttershy how to fly faster. And as they're hanging out, they are attacked by badniks. the buzz bombers. The buzz bombers are the bees that have the lasers on their stingers. So they get attacked. Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash get attacked by these buzz bombers. And at first, Rainbow Dash is just kind of like, what the hey are these things? I've never seen anything like this. So she's kind of like trying to get the buzz bomber to talk, but she only manages to piss this thing off. And then it views Rainbow Dash as a threat and starts shooting lasers at her. So she dodges a couple of laser attacks and then goes into her flying kick. And to Rainbow Dash's shock, this buzz bomber explodes and a little animal was inside. And Rainbow Dash was just very confused by the whole situation. She didn't know what to think. Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash continue to have like a little small conversation, and then more of the badniks show up. More of these buzz bombers showed up. Rainbow Dash tries to make an excuse as to like, oh, your friend got hurt, and I'm trying to help him to, nothing to see here. So they got outnumbered. More of these buzz bombers came in. Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy were outnumbered. Just when the buzz bombers were going to attack Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy, Sonic comes in and saves the day for Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy. And makes his introduction to Rainbow Dash. Before we move on, I want to go ahead and get back into the chat, see what you guys are saying. But Sonic heard Rainbow Dash kind of yell, so he showed up and helped her. He spin dashed several of these buzz bombers until they were gone. And Rainbow Dash immediately was like, that was so awesome. And Sonic was loving it, of course. He loves that stuff. He likes the adulation. Back into the chats. Elijah says he left his usual surprise in their comment section, which we all know Elijah likes to drop dialogue. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to have to go back and read your dialogue there. Levi says, I watched it. It was fire, like Slick's true form, Godzilla Ultima versus Burning Godzilla Battle Royale Part 2. It was very good. I was very impressed with how much artwork that they actually used and did. That episode, I had to take. Well, like I said, they advertised it. I remember seeing it on. I remember seeing the episode posted on, or seeing the project posted on Casting Call Club, and that was about a year ago. I remember seeing stuff on YouTube about it. I know I've been waiting a good year for this, so it was definitely worth the wait. Brandon Henderson theory: what if Pinkie Pie secretly and cluelessly has chaos magic? Well, I don't know. That would be different. I think Pinkie Pie just has this ability to break the fourth wall constantly, and doesn't matter what series or what pony project you're watching. If it involves Pinkie Pie, somehow she manages to break the fourth wall, and we'll get into that near the end of the episode. Because there was a moment where she broke the fourth wall in this episode. So Elijah says, I've got to go for the night. Work calls to me. Well, have a good night at work, Elijah. Michael Collins, I don't see Starlight as evil, as her heart was in the right place. Yeah, what she did was wrong, but she was not evil. Well, she was when she tried to eliminate Twilight, and tried to eliminate the rainbow, so the harness, so the elements of harmony would never be a thing. Solaria says the geezer lives, of course. He streams, as I remind my goobers, as they have stuff due. Brandon Henderson, I only had one, I repeat, one school day this week due to snowstorms. Yeah, we got a little bit of snow. I don't think it was as much as everybody else. Right now, it's just brutally cold here in Illinois. Brutally cold. Like right now, it's -5. And that's not wind chill. Let's see. All right, so getting back into the episode, Rainbow Dash meets Sonic, and they have a little bit of so Sonic and Rainbow Dash officially meet. I'm trying to get this thing off my screen here. There it goes. So they make their introductions. Rainbow Dash is impressed with how fast Sonic is, of course. And she obviously says, "That was so awesome how you handled those guys." Sonic then gets into a little brief description about what's going on. Fluttershy is a little bit more shocked to see that these poor animals are locked inside these robots. Sonic explains that they're essentially the power that powers the badniks. And Rainbow Dash then challenges Sonic to a race, which, by my shock, I was shocked Sonic turned it down. I was like, what? Sonic turns down a race? Oh my God. I'm actually very happy that they teased the race and didn't actually do the race or are doing the race. So the reason Sonic denied Rainbow Dash's race request, he's like, look, Ponyville's under attack. Well, your town is under attack. We kind of have more. Your kingdom's is in jeopardy. Your world is in jeopardy. We gotta worry about that first before we worry about racing. Who knew? Who knew Sonic would turn down a race? But I like that they did that, and they definitely teased the race between Sondash. So Sonic and Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy decide that they're going to go talk to Twilight. But in order to get to Twilight, they have to go through town and get through all the badniks that are attacking town, that are attacking Ponyville. So they go off, and we get to our next scene, which goes back to Twilight's castle. Eggman basically tells Twilight in this instance, look, if you're not going to tell me where the Tree of Harmony is, I have ways for making you tell me. So Eggman directs the egg pawns that are in Twilight's castle. Twilight is completely surrounded by egg pawns and buzz bombers. So she's at Eggman's mercy at this point. And Eggman gives his demands. He tells Twilight, either tell me about the Tree of Harmony, tell me where I can find it, or else. So he orders the egg pawn to grab Spike. The egg pawn then begins to squeeze Spike. And this is where I was saying that some of this animation stuff was really cool and how they did it. So the artwork that they used here, and this is all original art for the most part, like their own artists. I like how in this moment they split the screen diagonally, and you got Spike's perspective and Twilight's perspective of what was going on. So you literally see the egg pawn squeezing Spike, and you could just see like the tightness, the grip was getting tighter, and Spike begins to tear, and he starts to cry because he's in that much pain. And then we see on the opposite side, on the other side of the split screen, you see Twilight's face. She's in horror over what's happening to poor Spike, to the point then when Spike screams out in pain, Twilight demands Eggman to stop, that she'll divulge the information that Eggman wants to know. So Eggman orders the egg pawn to release Spike. Twilight, unfortunately, broke down and told Eggman where to find the Tree of Harmony, and that is in the Everfree Forest, near the Castle of the Two Sisters. So Eggman calls up his mystery informant. I don't want to get into who I think the mystery informant is until the end of the podcast, but I think I'm on the same page with about 70% of the people who watched the episode, which I think that episode is nearing 1,500 views already, and it's only been out for about 8 hours. So, yeah. We'll get into the mystery informant at the end of the episode when we get to the end. but I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page in this chat about who we think the mystery informant is. So he calls up his mystery informant, Starlight. I had to cough. Sorry. So he notifies Qbot and Orbot of where the location is, and he tells Qbot and Orbot to notify the informant on where to meet him. So Eggman,
power off.
typical. Anyway, so Eggman notifies Qbot and Orbot and tells them to notify the informant to meet him at the Tree of Harmony. So after that, Eggman bids Twilight adieu, but as a punishment for her holding out, he decides to capture, or he orders his bots to try to capture Twilight and Spike and put them in like prison capsules, and take them as prisoners. Eggman leaves. That leaves Twilight and Spike to have to fight these the Badniks by themselves, which they do. They defend themselves. Twilight uses her magic to fight off the bots. Spike burns one of them or melts one of them with his fire. But again, they are heavily outnumbered in this fight. So Twilight orders Spike to run. They decide to run and make their escape from the castle. Twilight in her head is trying to figure out, why is this human attacking Equestria? He can't be from the mirror realm. Just something is off. Something is, Twilight immediately knows that something is off and that he is not from the mirror world. Because for the ponies, the only humans they know are the ones that reside in the mirror realm, in this timeline, or this universe of Sonic MLP that they created. So Eggman is left. Twilight and Spike now decide that they're going to escape and retreat and get out of the castle, and try to find their friends. So they get out of the castle, and they see Pinkie Pie. She's delivering a cake somehow. I don't know why, but she's delivering a cake. That cake is going to come into play later on in the episode. So keep that in mind. So Twilight and Spike decided they're going to go run off and find and meet up with their friends. So at this point, Sonic and Rainbow Dash are now fighting Badniks. They are now, this is where we get the sprite animation. Sonic, Rainbow Dash fighting Badniks. And after they finish fighting off the Badniks, Sonic kind of tells Rainbow Dash, "Hey, you're pretty good. Maybe you can keep up with me," and all that other good stuff. So they have a little bit more friendly banter. What I thought was funny about Sonic and Rainbow Dash's talk earlier was, Rainbow Dash thought Sonic was a porcupine, which is a reference. I want to say that was a reference to Toucan LDM. When he did the Sonic meets MLP, Apple Bloom referred to him as a porcupine. I just thought that was funny if that is a reference. And then Sonic literally says, "Heck no, I'm a hedgehog." He says that to Rainbow Dash in this episode too. And there was another part where, Fluttershy was kind of fangirling over Sonic, and she's like, "Oh, he's a hedgehog." And he's like, "Well, at least your friend's a better zoologist than you are." So he's kind of rubbing Rainbow Dash, kind of like ribbing her a little bit, giving her some grief. So there's already a little bit of banter between Sonic and Rainbow Dash already. Nothing romantic yet. They're just kind of like chipping away at each other. After they're done fighting the Badniks, Rainbow Dash suggests to Sonic, "Hey, we should go meet up at Twilight's castle and tell Twilight what's going on here about all these robots that we're having to have to fight." And as they're talking, they see Eggman fly past in his egg carrier. So he flies past, and Sonic immediately is like, "Oh, that's Eggman." He's like, "And that's him." And Rainbow Dash is like, "That Eggman guy you were talking about?" Sonic's like, "Yeah." So then they wind up going after Eggman. And as they're going after Eggman, we don't really know what else happens after that because that's the last time we see Sonic and Rainbow Dash. But they did. They went off and to chase off after Eggman. I want to look at the chat here. Apparently, Philia is committing arson. I'm not surprised. Levi McClellan says he put the video in the server if anyone wants to see it. I'm assuming that would be the Harmony and Chaos server that you put that in. Lion God says, I was listening to this while doing my Duolingo. He's laughing. That's funny. Michael Collins, I'm more referring to her town, not her feud with Twilight. Yeah. I mean, the town she had a good concept, Michael. I think once the main six arrive there, that's when things get a little shady because they find it odd that every pony gave up their cutie marks and everybody either likes the same thing. Yeah, they all kind of like the same thing. Nobody has a special talent. And I think the girls were really taken aback by that. And they see that once they see that Starlight is a phony baloney and she still has her cutie mark, that's when they realize, hey, something serious is going on here. But I think the whole concept behind Starlight's Equality Village was meant to be a good thing, but it wound up not being a good thing, kind of, because she was very dictatorish in her methods. And honestly, if she treated all the other ponies of the town the way she treated the main six, she literally brainwashed all those ponies. So, I definitely think it's, I don't know. You could take it either way. She still brainwashed those ponies for the most part into giving up their cutie marks. Lion God says, but he's here now. And he said, what a twist. Sonic not wanting to race. That's basically what he was referencing to. That's what I thought when I saw it. Michael Collins says, I hope Eggman's actions don't alter her view of all humans, as I have read a lot of. Michael Collins says, Jason Wright stories. Lion God said, how the hell did Fluttershy know he was a hedgehog? Well, Lion God, Fluttershy is a specialist in animals. So even though Sonic is technically an alien, a Mobian hedgehog, yeah, she kind of knows her creatures, I guess. So she knew he was a hedgehog. That's kind of funny. I thought that little line that Sonic gave Rainbow Dash, hey, your friend's a better zoologist than you are, kind of thing. I thought that was funny. Let's see. So after they spot Eggman, Sonic and Rainbow Dash decide to chase after him. Fluttershy tries to talk Rainbow Dash out of it. Of course, she's like, you can't really, you're no match for that Eggman guy. And Rainbow Dash tells Fluttershy, I can't let Sonic fight him by himself. Well, Rainbow Dash, Sonic's been fighting Eggman for years. I think he can handle it. But she doesn't know that. So anyway, they go run off after Eggman, and that's the last we see of Sonic and Rainbow Dash in that episode. We now go to Sweet Apple Acres, where Twilight's, before we see Twilight, at Sweet Apple Acres, we have Applejack, Rarity, and the Cutie Mark Crusaders being attacked by Badniks at Sweet Apple Acres. I have got to say, Applejack is absolutely beating the hell out of Badniks. She's legitimately kicking their ass with apple bucking. So I think she destroyed about 4 Badniks just with apple buck kicks. So, yeah. Rarity's just kind of like cowering off, and she's kind of just cowering off, and she's like, oh, I'm not touching these things. What are these things? The Cutie Mark Crusaders obviously are scared. So Applejack is having a hard time keeping up, fighting all of them off. Rarity, I grabbed some sort of, I think she was throwing apples. She started throwing apples at the badniks, which I don't know what throwing an apple at a badnik is going to do, but it was funny. After like struggling a little bit, Twilight and Spike show up, and they provide a little bit of aid, and they help Applejack fight off these badniks at Sweet Apple Acres. During this scene, Applejack wants to know what the hell is going on. Twilight starts to divulge some of the information that she knows about Eggman, but she's not really sure of what else is going on. So I'm trying to remember exactly how the rest of this goes. Okay. Actually, that was not the last that we saw of Rainbow Dash in that prior scene. We see her one more time. So in any case, we're still at Sweet Apple Acres. Twilight's trying to tell the girls about Eggman, and about what she knows. And she tells the girls for some odd reason, he wants the elements of harmony. He wants to go to the Tree of Harmony and get the elements. And the girls are like, well, why would he want to do that? Twilight says, I'm not really sure what his motives are, but he also has an informant, apparently, of some kind, who's giving him information about Equestria. And as they're continuing their conversation, they are attacked by a massive robot known as Egghammer. Egghammer is a big robot with a hammer, and he was from 2000, and he was created in 2003. So it's good to see Egghammer make an appearance. Another throwback to Sonic games of the past. Then we see Fluttershy. Show up at Sweet Apple Acres. And this is where, yes, it's from Sonic Heroes. Lion God, thank you. I couldn't think of which game. I remember it was from 2003, from what and they gave a little description of that as well in the actual episode. So let me get it. Egghammer is also in the comics, says Levi McClellan. Yes, he is. Lion God also says, yeah, Sonic looks nothing like a hedgehog. So Fluttershy arrives at Sweet Apple Acres. She finds the girls, and she starts to tell the girls about Sonic, about Eggman, which is kind of interesting because now Fluttershy is talking about Eggman and Twilight is talking about Eggman. Rarity, in the meantime, is completely flabbergasted by all of this. She's kind of like, oh, darlings, this is just so far-fetched, and she's just kind of like dumbfounded at like what's really going on here. Like, she can't really believe what she's seeing. And it's at this moment where the girls have to now fight Egghammer. Twilight comes up with the plan. Egghammer actually puts up a decent fight here. He's swinging his hammer around. He nearly hits Twilight with it multiple times. Twilight uses some magic to fight him off, but her magic, for some reason, didn't really affect him all that much. So her and the girls try to come up with an idea of how they're going to defeat Egghammer. Twilight tells Pinkie Pie that her and Pinkie Pie are going to distract Egghammer while Rarity ties Egghammer's legs together to incapacitate him or get him to fall. So after they're able to at least get they get Egghammer down to the ground, and they try to divulge some more information with each other. And as Fluttershy is telling the girls more about Sonic, about the fight that Sonic and Rainbow Dash had with the Badniks in town, Egghammer is able to get up and break free from being tied down. And this is where Pinkie Pie's cake comes in. Pinkie Pie trips and falls, and her cake tips over and lands on Egghammer. And mysteriously, I don't know why or how, but Egghammer is destroyed by Pinkie Pie's cake. What the hell does she have in this cake? I'll let you guys speculate. But I don't know. I don't know if the cake got inside of Egghammer and made him malfunction or what the deal was, but Egghammer was defeated by a Pinkie Pie cake. I chuckled. I thought that was quite funny. So once they beat Egghammer, and once they beat Egghammer, the girls pretty much finish up their conversation. Twilight's already trying to think of a plan inside of her head of what they're going to do, and how they're going to stop Eggman. Levi McClellan also says Egghammer is also in the yeah, I saw that one already. It was made of the souls of the innocent. Ha! He must be talking about Pinkie Pie's cake. Will Atkinson says, "Hey guys, what's up, Will?" So after Pinkie Pie defeats Egghammer with this cake, Twilight starts having a conversation with them again as they try to come up with a plan of how they're going to stop Eggman. Pinkie Pie then breaks the fourth wall. This is where Pinkie Pie breaks the fourth wall. What new? She says, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool if we had a talking fox show up?" Yeah, breaking the fourth wall. We haven't officially seen Tails yet, but she's already. Pinkie Pie's a better she's a better foresight reader than Twilight, I think. I don't know how Pinkie Pie does it, but she's like, "Yeah, wouldn't it be cool if we get a talking fox?" So Pinkie Pie breaking the fourth wall like she always does, which was funny. I thought I got a chuckle out of it. After that, AJ and Twinkle Sprinkles decides to, oh man, Twilight Sparkle decides of the plan now. So her plan is that AJ and Pinkie Pie are going to cause a distraction in town. They're gonna draw the Badniks' attention, while Fluttershy and Rarity get the ponies to safety. I guess Twilight's plan for herself is to go after Eggman, or to find help, or to stop Eggman herself. But the episode comes to an end with all 5 ponies, minus Rainbow Dash, putting their hooves in and saying, "Let's go." So the episode literally ends in that manner. So we'll have to wait for part 2 to see what happens for part 2. Overall, the episode was very good. Like I said, the animation was very good. The sprite animation was solid. All of the artwork, I'm curious to know from CrossBreak Studios how much artwork was done, or how much actual pieces of art were used for that, because the episode was 31 minutes long. To have that amount of artwork, I can't imagine the hard work that went into this. So kudos to CrossBreak Studios for putting on a hell of an episode, first episode for their new series. The voice acting was incredible. Loved it. Almost all the characters are all pretty much spot on with their voices. There are a few standouts. Twilight, the voice of Twilight, her voice is a standout for sure. The guy who voices Eggman, as long as you're in the ballpark of Michael Pollock or Mike Pollock, you're good. He was in the ballpark, so a good Eggman performance there. Sonic's voice I thought was good. Rainbow Dash's voice was pretty close to spot on, at least with her tone. Fluttershy, no complaints there. The voices of Applejack and the Cutie Mark Crusaders were fantastic. Very close to canon. The voice for Pinkie Pie, spot on. Literally sounded like Pinkie Pie. And Rarity's voice actress was also very good. So everything was on par, on point. So now I want to get into the discussion aspect of this episode as far as some of the theories and some of the theories that we may have about what we saw in this first episode. Now, before we get in there, I want to get a drink. So the big thing that we got to start this episode immediately right off the bat is in the disclaimers. And in the disclaimers, it literally tells you the timeline in which this story is taking place. So it's taking place at the end of season 5, the events that led up to the end of season 5. So what I am going to gather is that maybe they're going to change the ending of season 5. Whereas instead of they're fighting just Starlight, now they're fighting Eggman plus Starlight, because I think Starlight, in my opinion, most of the people who watched the episode today think that Starlight Glimmer is the informant. I also think Starlight Glimmer is the informant. Look at the disclaimer and what it says the timeline is. And in the very first scene of the episode, the very first thing that we see is Twilight talking to Spike about how Starlight is still a threat. And Spike actually tells Twilight, from what I heard, she's still very upset with you defeating her, and she's out for revenge. So according to Spike, he's telling Twilight, I've heard that Starlight wants revenge on you still, or she's still angry about what you did and how we beat her. So right there, within the first minute and a half of this episode, you've got 2 Easter eggs that, no pun intended, Easter eggs. So you got 2 Easter eggs right there in the first minute and a half that Starlight is probably the front runner for being the secret informant. And then as that scene continued on, we literally get the Starlight reference to the cutie map again, where she's sitting with her hooves on Twilight's cutie map table on the cutie map, except we get Eggman instead. So again, another little Starlight reference there. Let's see some other theories. I don't think it's any of the Sonic characters or villains. I don't think it's Infinite. Mainly because I think in order to be an informant of what goes on in Equestria, you would have to be a pony, or at least in the MLP, side of the crossover. I think some people may think it's Discord. You can eliminate Discord because, again, the storyline takes place during the events at the end of season 5, which means Discord has been completely reformed. If you guys remember at the end of season 4 in My Little Pony, Discord heavily regretted helping T-Rex against the ponies and betraying the girls. Discord showed great remorse towards that act. So I think you can eliminate Discord from being Eggman's informant. Other than that, the only other possibility outside of Starlight Glimmer, I think, would be Chrysalis. Could be Chrysalis. I don't think it is. Keep in mind, Chrysalis is still around, and she still has her changeling army and her hive. Remember Starlight, Discord, Trixie, and Thorax destroy Chrysalis's hive at the end of season 6. So Chrysalis actually still has her hive, and she has her entire changeling army intact, including Thorax. Thorax is still an evil changeling at this point. So that's another way to look at it. It could potentially be Chrysalis. I don't think Chrysalis is as knowledgeable about the elements of harmony as Starlight is. So I think you can rule out Chrysalis. I think without any doubt, I'm about 95% sure that it's Starlight Glimmer who is working with Eggman in this instance. She still has a grudge against Twilight. And again, I think the informant is indeed Starlight. You guys let me know who you think is the informants in the chat or in the comments. Again, I'm pretty sure it's Starlight Glimmer because we got so many Starlight references. And I know Elijah agrees with that theory because I saw him in the comment section on CrossBreak Studios, and he pretty much was in a discussion with somebody about that too, and they were talking about the same things. About the season 5 reference in the disclaimers, a giveaway. We saw a bunch of Starlight references throughout, and it would fit the bill as to where the timeline is. The other interesting thing is I did mention Chrysalis, so that's going to be kind of an interesting spin. If this series is taking place right after the events of season 5 or during the events of the season finale of season 5, it's going to be very interesting to see, are they going to do a little Chrysalis side story and how that'll work out. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to talk about. But that was one of the big questions that's going to lead you guys to want to watch the next episode. Who is the secret informant? My question about all of this is, how long has Eggman been in Equestria? I don't think Eggman and Sonic just randomly showed up and poof, we're getting an attack. I think Eggman and Sonic have been in Equestria for a while. I don't know exactly what the backstory is. I think after this initial fight with Eggman, I think then we're going to start to divulge the questions about how Sonic and Eggman showed up in Equestria. And who else is there? Is Shadow there? We're definitely getting Tails because Pinkie Pie broke the fourth wall and told us about Tails. So we're definitely getting Tails. Is Knuckles there? Is Amy and all, is all the other Mobians there? Who knows? Again, I think we're going to get those answers after this initial fight with Eggman. But my question is how long have they been there? Obviously, if Eggman has a secret informant, he's had to have been in Equestria for a little while. Probably, I would say minimum a month, maybe 2 months. How he found Starlight, who knows? Again, I think we're going to get all this information further on in more episodes down the line. But that was my big question: is how long has Eggman been there and Sonic? So, and why is Sonic alone? Are the rest of the Mobians there, or did Sonic, get transported somehow with just Eggman? I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see. Let's see. We got some more chats going on. Michael Collins says it doesn't excuse his boneheaded move in season 9, Mike. I agree. I think Discord had a little bit of the chaos bug, and he wanted to use some of his chaos magic. So he says he was testing Twilight and the girls. when it came down to what he did in season 9. I thought it was dumb. I didn't want to see Discord go back to going back being evil. I thought that was a mistake on their part. Why not just use Grogar? I don't understand why they just didn't use Grogar outright. Felix says, can someone drag Solar away from YouTube for a little? She's listening to too many Has-Been Hotel songs, and I don't want her murdered yet. Michael Collins. Also, I can let Discord's betrayal of the main 6 slide, as most of them, except Shy, treated him like shit. Yes, this is true. I think Twilight was kind of like indifferent, but definitely like Rarity absolutely wanted nothing to do with Discord. Rainbow Dash went as far as to make fun of Discord, calling him Dipcord, and all this other stuff. Pinkie Pie, I think, was also kind of like indecisive. I think she wanted to give Discord a chance at first because Fluttershy believed in him. But I think she was a little skeptical at first as well, because I think Discord ruined one of Pinkie Pie's parties. I think she invited Discord to one of her parties, and I think he caused chaos and ruined it. So I think that kind of pulled Pinkie Pie back a little bit from wanting to befriend Discord. Applejack, obviously, I don't think she was indifferent. I definitely think Applejack holds a personal grudge on Discord to an extent for a while as well. So I do agree with that comment about how pretty much all the other main 6 treated him like garbage except for Fluttershy overall. Levi says they've been there for 2,000 years, joking. Sonic is thinking, well, Sonic and his evil Rita, after 2,000 years, I'm in Ponyville. And Eggman then is like, it's time to conquer Equestria. Yeah. I don't know why I went Power Rangers. That's the first thing I thought of was Power Rangers. That's funny. Michael Collins said, so I am not surprised in hindsight that he joined Tirek. Yeah, which is kind of weird because, again, like if you're going to look at Tirek in season 9, like I don't see how does Discord work with Tirek in season 9 after he was betrayed in season 4. You would think Discord wants to freaking eliminate Tirek, or at least torture him with chaos magic somehow. I don't know. It says Sonic went to go get milk for Tails and never came back. Oh man. And then Sonic is going to wind up on a milk carton. Will Atkins said, yeah, I thought it was dumb as well. Solaria, dude, she's going to get slaughtered, man. She's stressing out about debut. Oh, your project's debut. Yeah, that's only a couple of days away. I'm going to watch it. So I'm definitely going to watch it, Solaria. 5 days. Yep. Yeah, I saw your countdown yesterday. 5 days to debut. Definitely share that in the server. I am subscribed to you, so I should get the notification. And it's starting on Insta. Oh, it's starting on Insta. Well, at least share it in the Discord server, Solaria. I definitely want to see it. Anyway, guys, overall, this episode was fantastic. Again, I was blown away by everything. It's got a good storyline to it. I love how the series started. Harmony and Chaos with my series, I started it off kind of slow, where the characters kind of meet each other and, they build their relationships before we started getting the attacks. But I like how this series started. It literally starts off hot. You get a lot of action right off the bat. They kind of left a lot of Easter eggs for stuff that they're going to explain and give backstory on later, which I'm fine with as well. So I like the overall tonality of the series right off the bat. They're onto something. They definitely have something very, very good here. I hope they stick with it. Because I enjoyed this episode and I'm subscribed and I definitely am looking forward to the second episode when that comes out. But that concludes this review as far as what was in that episode. Again, it was pretty much the main six, Sonic and Eggman, that we saw out of the big ones. Will Atkinson says, when I get done with season 1 of my new series, I'm going to continue my Sonic and Shadow and Equestria series. That would be awesome. So are you going to start over from scratch again, Will, or are you going to pick up where you left off? Hey, Solaria, could you post, he says he's going to pick up where he left off. Nice. Solaria, can you leave the Discord link to our Discord server in the chat? If you could. Will, go ahead. I got Solaria. Hopefully she can get the running now. All right. So Will, she's going to post my Discord server in the chat. Feel free to click on it. And I'll accept your request to get in there. Bonk. So here it comes. So if you're interested, if you're still on Discord, Will, yeah, you can. Yeah. I'm not going on Discord after this. I'm not. Oh, you are. Oh, okay. I thought you said you better not be on Discord after this, Michael. That's your request. No, I'll go on there. Oh, God. Otherwise, it's a yeet for me. Yeah, if you go ahead and drop that link in there, I will pin it. And this is for all you guys. For those of you who are not in the Harmony and Chaos server, it would be great if you guys did join. We do a lot of fun things in there. We're trying to get together and do game nights. I think it would be kind of cool to include some of my own fans in those game nights. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this first episode. If you have not watched it, the series is called Sonic Quest for Harmony. I left the link for the episode up in the chat. It's pinned. It's also in the descriptions of this video. But again, guys, I loved it. CrossBreak Studios, you guys killed it. Welcome to the Sonic MLP community. There's not too many ones that are left, to be honest. I know Harmony and Chaos is going strong. Adam Selvig is still going strong with his Sonic's Adventures in Equestria. That one's still going strong. Sondash Studios for a while was going really well. I actually hope Sondash comes back once he finishes up his stuff with college. I hope he does. Let's see. We're going to start up the closing music again. I'm going to stick around a few more minutes. If you guys, I'll read some more of your chats. I'm going to go ahead and get my thing going. You guys know I like my outro. So. So I'm going to get back into your guys' chats. We'll hang out for a few more minutes before I go ahead and take off. Levi McClellan. Will Atkinson says, also in season 4 of Tales of the Dragonfire, Leo becomes a spirit inside a sword. Levi McClellan. I'm thinking about doing my own Sonic MLP crossover with Fleetway and Mephiles as the main villains. That would be amazing. I haven't decided if Mephiles is going to be in my series yet. I'm thinking if I do Mephiles, he's going to come through the time rifts. I think he's going to come through the time rift somehow, some way. I'm going to figure that out. I like Mephiles as a villain. I definitely like Mephiles. Solaria Michael, I'll see you on Discord to deal with my debut insanity because Galaxia debuts in 5 days. She's pant breathing at this point. I'm not even seeing the link in the actual chat. So, Will, if you stick with this for a while, Will, check the. This is for Will Atkinson. I'm gonna go ahead and drop. If the Discord link doesn't drop, I'll drop it when the podcast ends. This way you can, just check my community post. I'll drop it in the community post. Yeah, I'll drop it in the community post after I conclude the podcast. Because I definitely want you in the server, Will. You're one of the original Sonic MLP content creators. So yeah, I definitely want you in this. I definitely would love for you to be in the server. And then you can voice your own character. You can voice your own OC. That would be great. We're actually voicing Harmony and Chaos tomorrow. Actually, I want to give you guys an update. I'm almost finished with the first 3 episodes of season 4. Episode 1 is pretty much completely done. We are voicing it tomorrow at noon, my time. Oh yeah. The official release date for Harmony and Chaos season 4. We're going to start season 4 Labor Day weekend. I'm thinking Friday. Whatever day that Friday is before Labor Day. So Labor Day weekend is when season 4 of Harmony and Chaos starts. And hopefully we have about 6 or 7 episodes done. Like I said, I've got the first 3 pretty much done. I'm down to like the last quarter of the 3rd episode right now. Why did that replay that stuff? Weird. Anywho. Solaria claiming I want her dead. I want us all dead, Solaria. We all suffer through those voice sessions. And I warn you, this one's a long one. This one's a long one. The episode 97 as of right now is 256 slides with everything. That's all of the credits, the whole episode, the prior episode recap. It's 256 PowerPoint slides. Yeah. Yes, I do. I always suffer through the after show. But apparently we're getting bitchy Philia back, so there'll be minimal sus in the server from this point forward in the VCs. Nice. Philia's like, yes. Yeah, well, we'll see, Philia. We'll see when Sonic gets in the chat how you feel. Oh my God. Anywho. Anyway, guys. I don't have much anything else. I think I'm going to keep doing these live streams for Sonic Quest for Harmony. I definitely want to do more of these reviews. This one was kind of a quick one. I wanted to get more in depth with it, but I think I hit on the points that I wanted to. Oh my God, you want me to, how many reviews? Oh my God. You want me to do one for Galaxia, Solaria? Then you're gonna have to co-host then. You're gonna have to co-host with me then. She says, yeah. Okay. We'll have to come up with a day to do a review for that. Oh man. Solaria says, I will graciously explain my lyrics. Oh man. Oh man. But you know what? The first 3 episodes of Harmony and Chaos, I'm going to tell you right now, you guys are in for something. It's really good. Really good. A lot of action. It's a lot of action. It's so far the first 3 episodes has not stopped. It like hits hard. You guys are gonna be on the edge of your seat for the first 3 episodes at least. Action packed already. We ended season 3 hot. We're starting season 4 hot. What do you want? It's, you know, again, I'm trying to. My goal for season 4 was to cool it with these characters and give them a little bit of chance to relax, but that doesn't happen. It's like 70 episodes straight of these guys fighting in my series. This is a banger. I will be there, Will. I'm about to sign off here in a few minutes, so I'll see if I'll drop that Discord server link so you can join. Because I would love to have you in there and chat in one of the VCs. We do a lot of VC chats and just hang out. We were going to do a game night tomorrow, but we didn't get enough people. It was literally just me and Solaria. Even though I didn't RSVP. So, that's it, guys. That's all for this live stream tonight. Again, I'm leaving the link for the episode Sonic Quest for Harmony. It's already in the descriptions. It's pinned up there. If you have not watched it, I highly recommend it. You will not regret it. It's going to be a kick-ass series, and I hope you all enjoy it. If you do watch it, and if you have watched it, I hope you did enjoy it. I gave you guys a little bit of news on Harmony and Chaos. The reboots are coming. Episode 7 is done. We just have to voice it. But I would prefer to do a season 4 episode before we do episode 7 reboots. That not all my voice actors want to do the reboots. Not mentioning names. That's not Solaria. But yeah, I don't blame this person because it's a lot of sound engineer work. But all right, guys, that's all the time I got tonight. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this, episode of The Kingdom. I'm going to do more reviews of this series because I'm going to follow it. And hopefully we have more talks about this series. I hope you guys watch it so we can have more full-out discussion about it. Will Atkinson asked me, how much snow did you guys have? I have a lot here in Kentucky where I am. We got 2 or 3 snowstorms, Will, probably 2 inches each. The storm we got last Friday, I couldn't see 10 feet in front of my car. Right now, we're dealing with more blistering cold. Like where I'm at right now, it's 6 below zero. Wind chill at -17. So it's very cold here in Illinois. Tomorrow, we have a high of -12. I can't imagine what the wind chill will be like tomorrow. I don't want to know. But next week, we warm up into the 40s. So I'm looking forward to next Wednesday when it's 45 degrees. Figure that one out. That's it, guys. All right. Again, thank you guys for joining me in this episode of Ace Plush. Man, I finished editing and this stream ends. The irony, laughing my ass off. Oh, man. Yeah, Plush, we were talking about a different series. It will be 60s here next week. Yeah. Well, down in Kentucky, yeah. I mean, 45 on Wednesday. 45 is going to feel like 70. I'm going to be out probably in just a sweater in 45 degrees. Yeah, when you live in Illinois, Will says right now it's 1 degree. In Kentucky, 1 degree. I wish it were 1 degree. It'd be a little bit warmer than -7. Oh, man. But anyway, guys, I'm signing out for this podcast. hopefully we continue on with Sonic Quest for Harmony. I hope they continue the series because I want to do more reviews. And like I said, the next episode you guys are going to get is episode 7 of Harmony and Chaos, the reboot episode. Whether or not my voice actors are in it, I haven't decided yet. That kind of depends on how everyone feels about it. It's a lot of voicing. I will say probably episode 7 will probably be out sometime over the next month. Solaria says, when am I, a roach? No, I wasn't referencing you as far as... Okay, we'll review Galaxia. But if we're going to do Galaxia reviews, and that's your series, you're definitely helping me co-host that one. Yes, you are voicing in the reboots. Don't be mad at me, Solaria. Seriously, Solaria, it's not Michael's fault. Anyway, I'm getting out of here because Solaria is going to kill me. All right, guys. Anyway, have a good night. Stay safe out there despite this horrendous winter weather everybody's getting. That's all I got tonight, guys. Solaria, I'll see you in Discord in a few minutes. And I will drop the Discord link in here if you guys want to join the Harmony and Chaos server. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. See ya.